Welcome to Caymanas Park Replay and Highlights Show, where we show the latest horse racing replays and results.
1100 meters, 5.5 furlongs thereof, and Belligerent King gets off slow. Special Prosecutor took off jet-like under Rochelle Nugent, gets an early lead. The Next Big Thing is 2.5 to 3 lengths back and running in second ahead of NASDAQ Princess. Flying Bullet in the orange is chasing them from fourth. There goes Son of a King racing down on the outside, just about 4 lengths covers that group. Hail Mary is 3 lengths in behind them, Belligerent King has recovered somewhat. Money Call racing right with those two. In behind them, Explosive Charge. Toward the inside rail, a Big Man Union, 4,000 overtaking that one. Astro is there with Original Train and Coat of Arms laboring at the back. They're coming into the top of the lane. 2 furlongs remaining in the event. And out in front, it's the Next Big Thing, the rider becoming a busy man. Flying Bullet now asked to cut into the lead and switch to his inside. Special Prosecutor has been overtaken by NASDAQ Princess, but they race now toward the final furlong. It's the Next Big Thing being harassed now by Flying Bullet and Roger LAHOE beginning to quicken in the end. And it is Flying Bullet and Roger LAHOE that begin to come away from the Next Big Thing. Flying Bullet takes the first, the Next Big Thing is second, NASDAQ Princess third, Explosive Charge fourth, and Hail Mary finishes in fifth. Third 5, NASDAQ Princess, 190. Fourth 8, Explosive Charge. Fifth 9, Hail Mary.
Could be ready for a start. They're off and racing. Smarty Tradition is the last to leave the gate as they're tightly packed coming out to the chute. It is DIOSA marginally the leader, passing the 7, Nightlight on the outside. Then comes Eddie's Princess racing third, right against the rail in fourth. That is HECANDANCE and the Smarty Tradition contented to stay at the back. Passing the 6 furlong point, DIOSA a half a length in front of Nightlight down in second, a length and a half away to Eddie's Princess, 2 lengths away to HECANDANCE, and a further 3 at the back, passing the 5, that's Smarty Tradition. They head toward the half-mile pole, and it is still locked in battle on the insides. DIOSA right on his outside, that is a Nightlight. They're 2 lengths in front of HECANDANCE, just on the outside of HECANDANCE, maybe a length and a piece down in fourth. That's Smarty Tradition recovering, and now hooking reverse, that is Eddie's Princess. They've passed the 3 and will come into the lane shortly. Making the running now, Nightlight, just the leader on the rail. On the outside, HECANDANCE coming with a charge. Let's see if DIOSA has anything left. They're at the top of the lane, 2 furlongs to the money. Nightlight still in front. HECANDANCE coming on the inside, right against the rail and not finding much. That's DIOSA, but it's Nightlight, a furlong to go, skipping away, and Nightlight shining brightly in the afternoon sun here at Caymanas Park. Nightlight still in front. HECANDANCE trying his best to come on the outside, and Nightlight still hanging on, and Nightlight may go away by a length and a half from HECANDANCE. Then comes DIOSA, Smarty Tradition, and Eddie's Princess.
They're off. Smashing 1 gets off slow with Lady Budget. They share last. So Arjun, BABU, and KINGSWOOD took off quickly as they flashed past the 6. Estelita right on their tails. 2 lengths back to HEWITT. Smooth Criminal hidden on his outside. A break of 5 lengths to Pleasant Secret, smashing 1 a length and a half down. And Lady Budget outsped at the back as they've left the 5 and run the final part of the back stretch on their way to the half mile. KINGSWOOD on the rail, just the leader. So Arjun, BABU attacking as these two now spin the turn for home. A gap of some 6 lengths opens up to Estelita, HEWITT a length and a half further back. Smooth Criminal under a ride, needs to make up a lot of ground. Pleasant Secret now gaining on that one. A huge gap to Lady Budget and smashing one last. The leaders have left the 3. They arrive at the 5/16th, and it is Sir Arjun Babu and Anthony Thomas in charge at the top of the lane. The Grey Kingswood not too far away, good enough as they're into the last quarter, and it is Sir Arjun Babu and the champion jockey Anthony Thomas who continue to drift just off a true line. Kingswood left over against the rail, that's the Grey. Estelita further back against the fence. On the extreme outside, that's HEWITT, and we have a horse on the ground, that's Pleasant Secret, as Sir Arjun Babu continues to drift off a true line. Kingswood, by keeping a straight line, continues to make gains. It is Sir Arjun Babu nearest to us. Kingswood on the far side. These two hooked up. It's very close between Sir Arjun Babu and Kingswood. Then Lady Budget, Estelita, and HEWITT.
Ready for a start. They're off and racing. Marginally missing the break. That is XY Sold and also Innovator. MIRABILIS wants that lead. Now on the outside of MIRABILIS, that's Casual Affair hidden from view right there in 3rd. Coming around, that's Another Affair recovering nicely. Bruce Wayne, another command I should say, and Bruce Wayne tucked in there in a tight bunch. Tactone on the inside racing 5th, and now coming around, that's Fearless Champion. They've passed the 4 furlong point, and it is Casual Affair, Fearless Champion, coming right on the outside, looking intent. MIRABILIS right against the rail. Bruce Wayne is also in the mix. These 4 are clear of Biblical Legend, recovering, also recovering XY Soul, Azaria. Then comes Laser Light coming on the the inside. Innovator and Fearless Champion, another command I should say, has bolted and is at the back of the pack. It's MIRABILIS in front, intent on that lead. Bruce Wayne is right on the rail, not making any impression at the moment. Is a Fearless Champion coming on. Biblical Legend, the favorite, could be in trouble. He's now 4th as they pass the furlong pole, a half a furlong to go. MIRABILIS skittering away from them. Here comes Biblical Legend with a late charge, but it will be MIRABILIS beating Biblical Legend. Then comes Bruce Wayne.
Quinella 2,990. Exacta 7,496. W event 36.
And we should be ready for a start. They're off and racing. Bang Bang misses it and trails the field. 4 across the line as it is Prosecco just on the rail. Lady Pujarie showing speed on the outside. Then comes Letters in Gold on the outside, Morse Code. These 4 are in a tight bunch. 2 lengths away before we come to Whispering Magic as they pass the 4. Dotlin comes next. Then comes 6th Avenue and Bang Bang still at the back after that awful start. They go towards the 3 furlong point, and it is Lady Pujarie narrowly in front of Morse Code down in 2nd on the outside, coming around and looking good. That's Letters in Gold. Prosecco right against the rails. They thunder into the straight with 2 furlongs to travel. Lady Pujarie and Morse Code, these 2 fighting for it. Letters in Gold out wide and coming on, also trying to come back. That's Prosecco, but Lady Pujarie not quitting, a furlong to go. Lady Pujarie in front and skittering away from them, but watch on the outside. That is Letters in Gold. Lady Pujarie, Letters in Gold flying on the outside, and Letters in Gold as we mowed down Lady Pujarie. 3rd will go to Prosecco and 4th to Whispering Magic.
Lady Pujarie, Letters in Gold flying on the outside, and Letters
The W event 3,348. Superfecta 7,662. They're off. Vice Cherry Pie, the slowest to get away. State of Emergency took off quickly. There goes Nina Dorada. Nina Dorado outspeeds them in the early stages to get that lead. Soul Treasure and State of Emergency race together. Wifey Says So joining them along with a Lady Bastipur. Step in Faith is the one racing right against the rail, racing out wide of those. Daytona Bell making ground as they swing past the half mile. Queen Destiny races next ahead of the Great Toughness, joined by Purposely Vice Cherry Pie toward the back of the field, and behind that one a Mighty Chelsea and Champion Michaela both at the back. They've left the three. They make their way now charging up toward the final 5/16th, and Wifey Says So continues to dictate terms. Coming into the top of the lane, it is Wifey Says So. Daytona Bell now let loose for a challenge. Lady Bastipur in the red racing out wide. Widest of all that Step in Faith, but Wifey Says So continues to bark out her commands, and the rest now quite humble in behind as Wifey Says So begins to pour it on inside the final furlong. It is Wifey Says So with a clear lead. I don't think they're going to get back to JAVANIEL Patterson, and Wifey Says So. Wifey Says So has crippled the field and will win easily. Daytona Bell and Lady Bastipur in a head bob at the line. Soul Treasure is next. Step in Faith is fifth. Nobody won the high five. Carry over to race 7 coming up. 148,641.73 cents.
He's in. Ready for a start racing. We have a follow. Tina's account has decked the rider. But making the running, that is Jordan Rains. Jordan Rains looks to be the overall leader at this moment, tacking across to the middle. Right there, too, that's a CURLIN'S Affair. So Jordan Rains, Curling Affair. I've Got Magic is right there, too. Baton Rouge just behind them. Then comes Curlin Flight against on the outside as they come towards the 2 furlong point. And it is Jordan Rains in front and looking good. Pump on the right there too, that's a CURLIN'S Affair. Jordan Rains looks good and begins to kick away. And this one rules. Jordan Rains is skittering away from this field, taking care of business here in the 7. Jordan Rains, CURLIN'S Affair trying to hold a second. CURLIN'S Affair second, Baton Rouge third. Then comes I've Got Magic and Southern Flight.
Barn, the winner Jordan Rains, 66 to win, 57 to place. A second 4, CURLIN'S Affairs. Field in line for the 2021 running of the Gold Cup. They're off for the Gold Cup, and Sentient comes out the slowest of the 6. Rojon the Pilot, El Professor, Calculus are all early, so too Further and Beyond and King Arthur. These in a very tight grouping, maybe separated by 3 lengths as they go racing past the 6, and Sentient outsped at the back after the slow beginning. They're running toward the final 5, Further and Beyond attacked by King Arthur, and X separates them, and Further and Beyond, the rider looking to have problems. He's sitting up straight in the saddle. King Arthur attacking on the outside. 2 lengths back to Calculus and Rojon the Pilot teaming up. El Professor is next, and Sentient last. They've left the half mile in the Gold Cup. Further and Beyond, the rider still looking awkward. He looks to have lost his irons. King Arthur pressing on the outside as they go driving past the 3/8 pole. Calculus running a good race now, beginning to close in on them. Rojon the Pilot is 4.5 off the lead. 2 lengths back to El Professor, and Sentient left at the back. But the ill-fated Further and Beyond is traveling with a handicap inside the last quarter. Here is Calculus kicking in on the outside, and Calculus and Further and Beyond going at it. Rojon the Pilot and King Arthur over against the rail as they run past the furlong pole. Calculus now noses to the front. Further and Beyond continues to battle, although under the handicap inside the final 16th. Calculus, the Derby winner, now begins to come away from him, and Calculus surprises and wins the Gold Cup over Further and Beyond. bad luck there. Rojon, the pilot, is third, then King Arthur. They're off for the 9th and final. Old Wharf is left at the back as Ajita comes away wanting that lead. There goes Colbert rushing up, and Colbert gets it as they leave the 7 with Colbert striding out with a 2-length advantage. It's held over Ajita. Sweet and Smart watching them a close-up third. No Identity runs the rail. Tomahawk is with that group along with K-Boy, and that's moving ahead of most of those runners as they've left the 6 and run toward the 5. Bold Sammy tracks these runners. A break back to My Time Now as they leave the 5. Old Wharf is next. Shaboom races up with As You Wish, and they share last. They're about to leave the back stretch, a half a mile to run. Catch Colbert if you can. Sweet and Smart, Ajita, and K-Boy grouping up in behind. Tomahawk is racing there. No Identity. Angelos just in behind them. 7 lengths separates that bunch. My Time Now is a further 2 lengths down as they leave the 3, tracked up by Bold Sammy. A break opens up to Old Wharf, As You Wish, and Shaboom is now last as they've left the 5/16th in the final event on the card and come thundering into the top of the stretch. It is Colbert attempting to go all the way. Here is Sweet and Smart now, launching a charge in between horses. It is Tomahawk now beginning to fly on the outside. Asked to make progress to K-Boy, but they thunder down the stretch with 2 furlongs to run, and Tomahawk and a Sweet and Smart going at it. Tomahawk on the outside, just the leader. Sweet and Smart battling back on the inside with a rally as these two now nose to nose. They come flashing home. It's ahead, Bob. It's close between Tomahawk, Sweet and Smart, then No Identity, K-Boy. My Time Now is 5th.
Started already. I think we are going to move the country after all the time.